Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and welcome to another edition of Simple to Stunning Sundays, how to step up your cards. I'm really excited about today's project because it's just pretty, it's very easy, and I think you're going to really like it. So I'm using the Pop of Petals stamp set today, and I have a really pretty color combination. I've got Lemon Lime Twist, Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, Poppy Parade, and Crumb Cake. So we're going to take and create a really simple card with a crumb cake card base and a 2.5-inch square piece of Whisper White, which I just dropped, but there it is. All right, now all that I'm going to do is take and stamp one of the flowers on here in two colors. So I've got Poppy Parade and Mango Melody. All right, I'm going to start with my Poppy Parade, and actually, to quick clean my stamp. I'm actually starting with Melon Mambo. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking when I said that. Okay, so there's my Melon Mambo. Now on a scrap, I'm going to stamp a second one in Poppy Parade, and then this one I'm going to punch out. Now what I've done is I have aligned my punch, and I put, or my stamp image, and put a little dot on it, and that dot corresponds with a dot on my punch, so I know which way to line it up correctly, which is kind of awesome. Now what I'm going to do is stamp that right here on my scrap, and then I'm going to punch it out like so. I'm also going to come back to this piece. So I'm going to layer these two pieces together. And then I'm also going to stamp a leaf in some Lemon Lime Twist right on here. Now, because I'm going to cover the center portion up, I can stamp it right on there just like that, and it will look great. Okay. Now I'm going to take and curl the petals on here, and then adhere this to the center, like so. So that looks really pretty, I think. I'm also going to take a sentiment from the stamp set, Itty Bitty Birthdays. I really like this set because there's so many different sentiments that can be used both for birthdays and for other things. But I'm going to stamp this in some Early Espresso ink. You could use black too. I'm using Early Espresso because I think it'll look nice with the crumb cake. So that's why I chose that as my dark color. So let's celebrate you. I think that looks fun. All right. Next, I'm just going to take and pop this up onto my card. So really simple to start with. And this is definitely a hashtag simple stampin' project. Really easy to do. You don't need lots of anything to make this card. What I mean, like lots of supplies and whatnot. So I think this is awesome. I apologize for my voice. I had a team meeting yesterday, and I also got together with one of my good best friends over the weekend, and we chatted a lot, so I guess I ran out of my voice. All right, so there's my first card. So I think this is really nice, simple, and pretty, but as you all know, we're going to step it up a notch. So on this version, we're going to again start with our crumb cake card base, and I'm going to set that aside. I also die cut a coordinating scallop square using the layering squares framelits. And then I'm going to stamp on my piece of cardstock just like before. This time, I'm going to stamp the bottom flower in Mango Melody. So I'm going to add in a new color. And I'm going to stamp that just right up and down, just like that. Then I'm going to stamp my second one and my third one of each in Melon Mambo, and where did my scrap go? One of each in Melon Mambo, and then Poppy Parade. So I'll stamp one right here, and then clean quick, and then stamp another right next to it, and then we'll punch those both out. Ooh, got a little close to my cardstock. Hopefully that'll be okay. Oh, I'm going to snip off the end, so I'm going to do it once more. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I just flipped that over. So we'll do that one clean, quick, and that one. All right, I left a little more room, so we should be good. Okay, and look at how easy it is when this is all lined up. You don't have to turn it or cut your cardstock or try to figure it out. That little black dot really does make a difference. Okay, next what I'm going to do is kind of curl the petals on both of these and then layer them up on my square. Again, it's the same 2.5-inch Whisper White square. And I just want to, I like to kind of position them on here and then commit to the placement. So that gives me a chance to just kind of try it out first. Okay, so I don't want it right smack dab in the middle. I want it just a little bit off so that I can add my third flower on here and really fill this flower out like so. Okay, so that looks pretty cute. I'm also going to take that same leaf, and this time I'm going to stamp it and cut out 2 of these leaves on my scrap paper. So we'll stamp one there and one there. Okay, so we'll just snip these out. Now we got to fussy cut these, but they're pretty easy, so that's no problem. And I think this is a really bright, fun, happy color combination. If you have requests for stamp sets you'd like me to showcase in the future, I may or may not take you up on it, but I'm always interested to hear what you're interested to see. So let me know in the comments or comment on my blog, whichever, and I will take that under advisement. Okay, so I've got my 2 flowers. I'm going to curl my petals because, you know, I got to add a little dimension. And then we'll just tuck these underneath with a little glue dot. Glue dots are just the best ever. They're almost as awesome as dimensionals. Not quite, but really close. I mean, it's a tough competition. Okay, so I'm just going to tuck these in here like so. And that looks very nice. And then I'm going to stamp Let's Celebrate You, just like I did before at the bottom in Early Espresso. Now, I'm not quite done with this yet. I love the look that I've got going on here, but I want to dress it up just a teeny bit more. So I'm going to take one of my glimmer dots. I love the glimmer dots. They're so awesome. Or glitter enamel dots, I guess is the official term. And I'm just going to put one of those right in the center there. So that's really cute. And then, of course, we're going to adhere this to our scalloped square. All right, so I've got my liquid glue. I'm going to adhere that like so. So pretty. All right. Now I'm going to place this on here, but I'm not quite ready to adhere it. What I want to do is use this as a guide, and then I'm going to take this beautiful leafy image that's also from this Pop-A Petal stamp set, and I'm going to stamp the background just a little bit. And I really like doing this. Just making sure that was my Crumb Cake ink pad. So I'm just going to kind of stamp that up and over. And then likewise, I'm going to put one there. So you can see I'm just kind of repositioning this and then one down there. Oh, isn't that fun? All right, so I'll take and adhere this with some dimensionals because, you know, I like to pop stuff up. That's like the best ever. So I hope you guys are having a lovely Sunday afternoon. I drove home later last night and after my downline meeting, and it was snowing on the way home, and just like little flurries, and I thought, well, that is just mean. Well, then I woke up this morning, there's like 3 inches of snow. It's pretty much melted now, but still, I mean, come on. Okay, so isn't that cute? All right, our next version is going to be very similar. We'll start with our crumb cake card base, just like before. I'll fold that, set it off here just a touch. Then I'm going to also add to this a layer of Poppy Parade and Crumb Cake cardstock that will adhere eventually. And then I've got my same pieces as my last card. So again, the 2.5-inch circle or square, and then this coordinating scallop square. All right, so just like before, I'm going to ink up my stamp and stamp it at the beginning here in my Mango Melody. We'll clean that baby off and stamp it twice more, one of each in our 2 coordinating colors here, which, oh, I keep losing my scrap. Here it is. So we'll stamp one in Poppy Parade and one in Melon Mambo. We're cleaning in between. The workhorse of my life is this Stampin' Chamois. It gets a workout. You can see it's well loved, but it does such a good job of cleaning off those stamps, and it's so quick, which I just love. All right, I'll punch these out. All right. Now, I'm also going to take and punch with this cute little punch a little flower to go in the center. And I think what I'm going to use is Poppy Parade. So I'm just going to actually go in the center of this because we're going to cover that up, so that's no big deal. Okay, so this little punch is from the Bitty Blooms punch pack. There's 4 punches in that little pack, and here it is. Okay, so I'm going to just curl these leaves, or petals, I guess, as I've been doing. We'll take some glue dots to adhere these together. I've got this one, just like before. I'm leaving a little space. And this one, which will go kind of right there. And now we're going to add our cute little flower to the center of that. And then on top of it, we'll go ahead and place our little glitter enamel dot because that looks awesome, just like that. And we'll, of course, stamp our sentiment in some, early espresso ink. Just got a little hunk of cardstock on there, so we'll take that out. Okay, and just like before, I'm going to stamp a couple of those petals, leaves, and I already cut them out, so just to save a little time. And then we'll tuck them in just like we did before. Okay, so we'll tuck those right in like so. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to layer that up onto this piece of, or this die cut piece. I lost my glue. There we are. So we'll just place that right in the center. And then we're going to go back to our card here. And I've got this right, just like before. We're going to take and do that stamping with that kind of little flourishy, leafy image. So I'm going to get rid of this layer for just a second here. So just like before, I'm going to use my piece of cardstock to help me kind of position where that leafy image is going to go. So we'll get one right there, and then likewise one there, and another one down here. All right, that looks really pretty. Okay, now one of the things that's interesting is that if you want shades of the same color, you can actually get that on colored cardstock. Okay, so what I mean by that is I would like to get some different shades of crumb cake on my crumb cake cardstock. And the easiest way to do that is to stamp in the Crumb Cake ink, as I've done. But then I can take my Versamark pad, and that will give me just a little lighter shade than the Crumb Cake ink itself. Okay, so I'm going to take that, and there's an image in the set, and I want to show you what I did to it. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, you know one of my favorite things to do, oh man, the stamp set is just right here, is to do stamp surgery. So I've taken this image with 3 flowers and I've cut them apart so that I can use the flowers individually. So I've got 1 flower right here. Now, whenever I cut stamps, I'm careful to not undercut the foam. I want to make sure the foam will hold up the whole stamp image. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp this a few times in Versamark, and you can see that the flower that I'm getting is a little bit lighter in color or shade. It's not too dark, and I've just got a few on here, and that looks fantastic. It gives me just another shade on here and adds a little bit extra dimension. Okay, I'm going to do one more step to that. I'm going to run this through my subtle embossing folder, so I'll do that. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I ran this through the folder and I've got some really nice texture. I've got some nice shading on here. It all looks fantastic. I'm going to close up my ink pads because I've got a bunch of them open, and you know how that goes. Nothing good comes of that. Now, I wanted to jazz this up just a teeny tiny, eeny weeny little bit more. You know me, right? You got to make it extra fancy. Man, I had a lot of ink pads open. Okay, I got them all. Now, to do that, what I'm going to do is a couple of things. First of all, I've got a 1.5 inch by about 4 inches of gold glimmer paper, and I'm going to punch the 2 ends with my triple banner punch, and we'll add this to our card right under our square. So that looks kind of cool. Adds a little shimmer, and then we're also going to add a lot more shimmer by spritzing this. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to finish putting it together. I guess I should probably adhere that one down. So I love adding a little bit of glitz here. We've got this one right there. And then we'll go ahead and adhere this layer, and then we'll pop up our next layer. But there's the last step, which is to add some shimmer spray. Now my shimmer spray, oops, I wanted to pop this up. My shimmer spray is easily created using our Champagne Mist shimmer paint and a Stampin' Spritzer. And again, if you've watched my videos very often, you've seen me do this. I often get asked what the recipe for this is, and it's about the size of a pea drop of shimmer paint, and then you fill up the spritzer with rubbing alcohol. Okay, I did do this, and actually you can see it all kind of sinks to the bottom. I did do this recently, and I do feel a little bit like I might need to add some more shimmer paint to it, so I think I'm going to do that. What happened was I was running low, and then I decided to refill my bottle with more rubbing alcohol, and I think I just need to add a little bit, just a touch more shimmer paint to this. Okay, that should be plenty. So that was just a few drops, but if you have, you know, like a blob the size of a pea, that should work pretty well. Now, I also use 70% rubbing alcohol, and I've had a few people tell me that if you use different percentages, it can often cause clumping. Now, the key to this whole system is that you shake it up good before, and this is really full, so I'm kind of doing my makeshift shaking here. You definitely don't want things to clump because you want beautiful shimmer on your cards. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to get rid of these because that makes a mess. And I think I'll throw just a scrap paper under here. Okay, I'm ready. I'm going to spritz this from about 12 inches. And I did a few drips. Now you can see it's kind of wet looking right now. But as this dries, you'll see amazing shimmer, and you can kind of see it on there now. So I'll bring my cards back in so you can see them all. Of course, all of these are going to be posted on my blog, so check them out. And you can tell me which one you like the best, or if there's a stamp set that you'd like me to showcase in the upcoming months, that'd be great. So I really like how these turned out. They're just so pretty. Now, if you are one of my VIP members, and all you have to do to be a VIP is have placed an order through my online store, I actually have another version of this card that I will show you on my VIP Facebook page, so you can check that out. And if you want to become a VIP, like I said, all you have to do is order through my online store, and all the supplies that I've used are linked to my online store in the description of this video, as well as on my blog. So make sure to check that out. The link to my blog is right under here, as well as the dimensions of all of the stuff that I used. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my video channel here, my YouTube channel, because I have awesome videos, including this Simple to Stunning series each Sunday. And you can check out the previous videos that I've done for this as well. So thanks so much for stamping with me today, guys. I hope you have a great day. I would so appreciate your orders. So if you do need to order something, I would just love it if I could be your demonstrator. So thanks, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye.